again. Welcome back to our MetaStellar YouTube channel. My name is Maria KOROLOV. I'm the editor of MetaStellar, and I'm also the editor of HYPERGRID Business, where we cover enterprise uses of virtual environments. We have today with us again Anders Gronstedt of the Gronstedt Group, and they create virtual reality simulations for organizations and companies and other enterprise users. Thank you very much for coming back and talking to us, Anders.
Yeah, thank you, Maria.
So today we're going to talk about the best headsets for enterprise VR. So in the old days, we had these bulky headsets, a bunch of wires connecting us to the computer. You had to install a bunch of specialized computer hardware. And usually you needed a techie guy standing next to you saying, oh no, this is how, oh no, no, okay, let me fix that. Okay,
Right.
wait a second. I'll get that working. Just give me a minute.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Has that changed?
Yes.
Is it getting easier to use this? Does it require less training, less tech support?
Right. Yeah, it all changed a few years ago with the launch of the Oculus Quest that you see here, which you can buy in Walmart, on Amazon online for an amazing $299, and that's a business version for $800. And that's been a complete game changer because now you don't need the big VR powered laptop and a long cord. It's all inclusive. It's one headset, and I'm just selling projects has gotten so much easier because almost everyone now either have it or their kids have it, so they have access to the device because it's so ridiculously cheap. It's owned by Facebook, so they're pretty much selling it under cost just to get it out there. So people have actually experienced it. We have a demo environment that we bring people into so they can actually try it out, and deployment are so much easier now. We still typically have a shared model where people will come into a location to do it. Although if you're completely distributed, say a sales organization, it could make sense to give everyone their own headset. And there are a few Asian competitors that have just launched here in the last few weeks and months that are on par with the Quest. There's a Chinese brand called Pico Neo 3, and there's HTC that has their Focus. And they run on the same Qualcomm processor and do perform similarly as the Quest. And the only reason really to go with one of them is if you're a client and you absolutely can't do anything with Facebook. There's some companies that have those kind of rules.
I've recently tested out the HTC Focus, and it was like over $1,200 or something.
Yeah, right. So that one focuses entirely on the business market. So that price point should be compared with the $800 for the business version of the Quest. Still a gap. It does perform better. It is a step over the Quest, although who knows? It's going to be a race. I'm sure Quest is going to come out with something greater soon.
So what's the difference between the $300 and the $800 version?
So good question. Nothing. The
really?
hardware is identical. Yes. The hardware-wise is identical. It's the same thing. They just wiped off all the gaming application and the app stores, and they have a very robust business distribution platform where you as an administrator at a large company have a web interface, and we as developer will upload a new version, and they can see the newest version, and they can drag it to whatever headset they want to.
So it's the same headset, but instead of the gaming apps, it's pre-installed with your company app store instead.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you're getting less,
just a more robust, secure, and solely for more proprietary content.
Okay, I can see that. Okay.
But it is great that the consumer version is out there because people can try it out that way. And there are use cases where the consumer version is just fine, and you can now buy the consumer version in bulk through your distributor. And there is something called App Labs. There is a way to distribute customized apps in a fairly safe way, even to the consumer version.
Okay,
so there can be a case for just going with the consumer version.
So you can build your app. You can buy the $300 headsets, give them to everybody, and then send them the app.
Yes.
You don't have to get into the public app store and go through that whole process.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, there's something called App Labs now that allows you to do that. Yep.
All right, that sounds like a good deal, except for your employees can also play video games.
Yes, right. And you do need a Facebook login for the consumer version. That's a big one.
Okay. Right.
But obviously, if you're giving it to people and letting them play games, they're probably going to be fine with that. But obviously, if you're going to share a headset, no one is probably going to want to share a headset that is using their personal Facebook login.
Yeah, okay. That's a good point.
Yeah.
All right. So what about Microsoft? Do they have a headset in the space that works in a similar kind of setup?
Right. So they have PC tethered VR headsets. And then, of course, they have the HoloLens. That's the big push, which is, really the only fully featured augmented reality headset that's out there now, which is like a $3,000 investment. So it's like 10 times the expense of an Oculus Quest. But that's, of course, see-through. But that AR technology still has such a long way to go. It's still like kind of a box in front of you, kind of a ghost-like image. And it's going to be amazing once we get it down to a form factor where you can wear it like regular glasses, but right now it's more of an R&D version. Okay.
What do you think of the new Facebook AR glasses?
Yeah, I haven't taken a personal look at it. It seems similar to what's out there already with being able to shoot video. It's certainly not a fully fledged AR headset, so I certainly wouldn't confuse it with actual augmented reality. It's more of being able to shoot videos on the go and being able to hands-free be able to pull up information. But we're still many years away from actual augmented reality, where you see three-dimensional objects superimposed over the real world and you're able to interact with them.
So it's not an Iron Man kind of headset yet.
Yeah, no. No.
Or a Minority Report hologram, virtual hologram thing.
Right. No, it's pretty lame. Certainly not anything like an AR headset yet.
Okay, so it sounds like if I'm a company that's looking to do this, the Oculus Quest or the Oculus Quest 2 that just came out is my best bet. Either the $300 price range if I'm just starting out, or the $800 price range if I want to support an enterprise app store and better controls and not have to have Facebook logins for my employees.
I would say that there are some cases, maybe 10% of our clients have political reasons for not wanting anything to do with Facebook, and for them, some of these Asian competitors could be the other options.
Oh, okay. And how much do the Asian competitors? You mentioned the Pico Neo. How much do they cost?
Yeah, so that's a cheaper headset. That's like $600, and like I mentioned, the HTC Focus is like $1,200. So it's twice the cost, but it is also a much better headset. So yeah, there's certainly a little bit of a cost advantage on the Pico Neo over the Quest for Business.
Now I've tested out some of the Asian headsets in the past, and I've had problems with Chinese language app stores and installation instructions on the screen that was where the English is not like 100% there. It would switch back into Chinese at odd moments.
Yeah,
and loading stuff was particularly difficult. And often like they would keep sending you to the Chinese app stores for things.
Yeah, right.
Has that improved?
And but now with the current climate, I just don't see any of our clients getting anything from China. Now the HTC, that's Taiwan, so that's usually fine, and they are definitely very good for that. But it's a hard sell these days to buy anything from.
I have to agree that the HTC Vive, the HTC Focus was totally fully English language support. Nothing weird there at all.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Is anything else you want to add about choice of headsets or platform? Unity versus Unreal Engine.
So great question. So at this point, they're really on par with each other. It used to be that you could look at something developed in either one of them and tell which game engine was being used. And Unreal used to have an advantage in being having better graphics. But at this point, as our developers will always say, it's all about the quality of the developers more than the tools that they're using. So it usually comes down to which one you're comfortable, most comfortable working with.
All right. Okay, so I want to thank you very much for taking time to talk to me. Yeah. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Marie.
And is there anything else you want to add about choice of hardware or software platforms?
Yeah, one point maybe is that there are a lot of sort of secret sauce proprietary vendors that are out there trying to sell their own proprietary platforms. And I would treat that with a big grain of salt. The platforms we talked about here, the Oculus for business, for distribution, and for device management, and Unreal and Unity for content development. Those, they're dominating, and they're of course backed up by large Fortune 500 companies that are going to be around for a long time. So if anyone tells you that they have their own platform, it's probably something that's built on top of what we talked about here. And a lot of times it's more as a way to lock you into vendor relationships rather than actually making things easier for the customers.
All right. Well, I want to thank you very much for taking time to talk to me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I look forward to having you back to talk about costs and how much work is involved and what kind of skill sets are required.
Yes.
So
thank
looking
you.
forward to having you back with us next time.